There is a question that I want us to have a look at, and we get the answer to the question. And the question has been actually able to get obtained from a topic called linear motion. And we are told that we have two different types of buses, and the buses are labeled A and B. And we are told that these buses are able to move in different directions, such that if this is a representation of what I've been given, I'm supposed to have this as the north in terms of the cardinal points and this as the east. And they've told us that there's a bus labeled A that is moving towards the east, and there's a bus labeled B that's moving towards the north. They're told that this bus that moves towards the north is moving at 10 kilometers per hour faster than the one moving towards the east. So the one that moves towards the north is moving at a higher speed than the one that moves towards the east. So I can just take this to be a bus A moving at x kilometers per hour. And because this moves at 10 kilometers faster, it will be now x plus 10 kilometers per hour. So those can be expressions to represent the speeds of these two buses. They are told that after 5 hours, that means after the same time, these buses are able to end up being 250 kilometers apart. So I would even come here and be able just to get expressions representing the distance covered by each bus. So for bus A, I can come here and say distance is equals to speed times time, and its speed is x and the time taken is 5. So kilometers per hour, then times this is hours. That means it ended up covering 5x kilometers, the distance it covered. If it is this B, we can be able to say distance is equals to speed times time. We shall say x plus 10, the speed in kilometers per hour multiplied by 5 hours. So we shall end up having 5x plus 50, the distance it covered in 5 hours. So I'll just say 5 times x, that gives us 5x, 5 times 10, that gives us 50. So this has covered 5x plus 50 kilometers. This has covered 5x. They are told the distance between them is 250 kilometers. So we shall actually be able to use what we call the Pythagoras theorem, because you know this is the height, and this is the base, and this serves as the hypotenuse. So this is the distance between the two. So after 5 hours, bus A will be here. After 5 hours, bus B will be here. They are now 250 kilometers apart. That means this distance squared plus this distance squared should be able to give us this distance squared, the distance between them after 5 hours. So base squared plus height squared is equals to hypotenuse squared. That concept can help us understand how to do this question and then get the answer to the value of x in terms of the speed of bus A. So you'll just come here and say height squared plus base squared is equals to hypotenuse squared. So I'll say 5x plus 50, that is our height, the distance covered by bus B, which serves as our height after 5 hours, then plus base squared 5x, the distance covered by bus A, after 5 hours should be equal to the distance between them squared. Now the hypotenuse. So this is the same as saying 5 squared, that is 25x squared, plus that will be 500x plus 2500 plus 25x squared should be equal to 62,500. Now we have what we call trigonometric aspects or concepts or functions or principles. We have what we call quadratic identities or principles or functions, and they all help us to get these questions right. Just like the way we can be able to actually apply those concepts of sine, cosine, and tangent on a quadratic trajectory, we can be able to actually employ the concept of what we refer to as quadratic identities, which refer to this first one, just in case you want to expand this, you're going to have a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, and na minus b shall have a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. They're called quadratic identities. And then a minus b, a plus b will translate into a squared minus b squared. So we have actually used the first concept. So we have actually had 5x plus 50 squared. We just say this part squared gives us 25x squared. This part, how did I get this? I'll say 2 times 50, that is 100 times 5x, 500x. Then lastly, square the last part. 50 squared, that gives us 2500. Then plus, you just square this part only. That is 25x squared is equals to 250 squared, that is 2500. Collect like terms, 25x squared and 25x squared. That gives us 50x squared plus 500x. We shall take 2500 on this other side. So we shall have is equals to 62500 minus 2500. So we have 50x squared plus 500x. 62500 minus 25, that is 60,000. If I'm not wrong, that is 60,000. Shall take this on the other side. So we have 50x. Okay, that is correct. Just a minute. Okay, plus 500x minus 60,000 is equals to 0. A quadratic equation. And divide by 50. Divide by 50 just to simplify it. So x squared plus 10x minus, is that 1200? Yeah, 1200. 1200 is equals to 0. Quadratic formula, minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. You can use the quadratic formula or the factorization method, or you can use what you call the graphical method, or the completing square method, or the quadratic formula I've just written here. So I know this is 1, which can be our a, this is our b, this is our c. So we just come here and say minus 10 plus or minus the square root of 10 squared minus 4 into a, 1 times c, negative 1200 over, that is 2 times 1, which is just 2, because a is 1. So you'll come here and have, let me just draw this so that you can separate. So we have 10 negative plus or minus square root of 100 plus 4800. Why? 1 times negative 1200 is negative 1200 times negative 4, that is plus 4800. Then she'll say over 2. So minus 10 plus or minus square root of 4900. We shall have over 2. Then this will be now minus 10 plus 70 over 2. So it will be minus 10, okay, plus 70 over 2. So our first value of x will be able to become 30. You can say minus 10 minus 70. Okay, let me just do it here. So minus 10 minus 70 over 2. It will be minus 40. So this will be kilometers per hour. Kilometers per hour. Okay, so just push like that. So we can't use the negative. So we'll use the positive. So positive will work for us. So that means the speed of bus A is 30 kilometers per hour. And the speed of bus B is 40 kilometers per hour. Why? We were told that the one moving towards the north, which is bus B, moved at 10 kilometers faster per hour than the one moving towards the east. So if this moves at 30, this one moves at what? 40. That marks the end of our question.